right, apparently it's some Detroit Lions fans that want to push for what's the brother's name? Jalen Carter to come here. I said it before and I said it again. I don't trust Jalen Carter in Detroit. I don't trust Jalen Carter in Detroit. Or them drafting Jalen Carter to Detroit. It's just too many disputes. As where, spit on somebody. But at this point, if you can get him at the right price, I mean, I'm cool with it. I mean, he's a rarity for the most part. They paid Jordan Davis, so maybe they was like, we're not paying Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter. But you got Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. But he's a rare talent. Obviously, Jeffrey Simons is not going anywhere with the Tennessee Titans. That ain't happening. With Rob Salah coming there. I mean, honestly, I'm not, if I get him for a 3rd round pick or a 4th round pick or something like that, I'm not opposed to it. You hope that you can wrap your arm around the young man and he started to figure it out. But it's just, you understand why they wouldn't do it. But you got to understand, when you're the Detroit Lions, you're frugal. You're a very frugal team. So you got to take opportunities like this. This is why I understand they didn't take opportunities on guys like Janoris Jenkins, who got in trouble, Joe Mixon back in the day, who got in trouble. I mean, I just never understood that. Y'all don't want to go pay nobody to come here, but y'all don't want to take chances. Everybody, has messed up in their time. And, Joe Mixon really didn't have another incident in the NFL. Janoris Jenkins was a upstanding citizen. You just need to put the resources behind some guys to show them how to transition and being a young man into a full man from college. And the Lions don't want to do nothing. They don't want to spend the money to get the big time guys here. They don't want to make the power moves, and they don't want to take chances on guys with character issues historically. You know what I'm saying? But the only time they take chances is for guys when they washed up or they injury prone. That's the only time the Detroit Lions are willing to take the chances. That's the only time they willing to take the chances on guys. And at the end of the day, it's irritating because the opportunities are right there for them to take some chances on some of these young guys. And Jalen Carter is a guy, you need some motion and you need a pass rusher to begin with. And he's one of those few guys with Jeffrey Simons that can rush the passer at the elite level and stop the run at the elite level. And if you can put your hand around him and hopefully you can get through to him to make some better decisions, and the light can go off in his head to be a better guy. It's just, to me, honestly, it's just worth taking the chance on. It's worth taking the chance on. Respectfully, it's worth taking the chance on. That's my opinion. It's worth it. When we start getting into the talks about you can't find that player, just think about it. What's another defensive tackle you can find that can rush the passer elite and stop the run at elite level and that's athletic as he is? You can't find that, bro. You can't find that. So if I can trade a Tyleik Williams, or I can just trade up a straight draft pick with a Tyleik Williams to get a guy like that, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm on that type of time. At this point, I'm not desperate because the Lions are losing people. The NFL, the acronym for the NFL is not for long. The average NFL career, believe it or not, fam, sorry if I clean my car up, I should. The average NFL career is 2.5 years, 2.5 seasons. It's not these 20-year seasons that you see a guy like, what's the brother's name? Junior Seau have, or these long seasons that Jason Taylor, or how long Tom Brady. That's an anomaly. Everybody, kind of like social media, it's just the algorithm pushes negativity. But if you look at the comment section to your human brain, the most negative comments are the ones that pop out. You feel what I'm saying? So it's the same thing here. It's just that we just see the guys that have the long careers, the Tony Gonzalez's, the Shannon Sharps, and we forget about the Gale Sayers. We forget about guys like that. But in reality, I'm willing to take the risk because you can't find too many players that can do what Jalen Carter can do. Rush the passer at the elite level, stop the run at the elite level. Of course, that's going to come with some things. You get a girl that's beautiful, fat ass, and big titties, and they all real. You already know you're probably going to be dealing with her being spoiled, or you're going to be dealing with some personality flaws. You know what I'm saying? And the question with that comes with, you know, can you put up with it? How long are you willing to deal with it? Simple as that. Same questions with Jalen Carter. How long are you willing to put up with it? Are you willing to? I'm willing to put up with it. And hopefully that strong locker room with Hutch and Amon-Ra St. Brown, and maybe you keep a DJ Reader around. If you get rid of a Tyleek Williams, you can bring with Shep, you can bring, you know, that brotherhood to him. And I know can you bring the brotherhood to him when y'all couldn't do it in Philly with a bunch of Georgia Bulldogs? And I get it. But like I said, you can't find guys that can rush the passer. You can't find guys that can stop the run like him, and with that athletic ability, you know what I'm saying? With that athletic ability, you can't find it. So I'm willing to do a Tyleek Williams in the 3rd round pick. I'm willing to do it. You plug him right in that defense, and you know, I think you got a pass rusher. You know, whoever you put it, you can bring back Al-Quaid Muhammad at the defensive end. You can draft one, and you'll be good to go. You got elite baller. And I know he had a shoulder surgery, so I would like to see what that's about. But honestly, dog, I'm making that call. I'm making that call. Him, Aleem McNeil in the middle, Aiden Hutchinson, and if you can add another killer, if you get just Al-Quaid Muhammad back, or you go out there, you get one of them top defensive end, or you can get a Cam Jordan. People say Cam Jordan is he's productive. He's productive. But what I find is so funny is people will be like, well, no Cam Jordan, but we want Trent Williams. Trent Williams older than fucking Cam Jordan. What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion on it, man. I'm all in. You know, you plug him in there, Jack Campbell up front, and Aleem McNeil, Jalen Carter, Aiden Hutchinson. Man, that's elite right there. And don't let your safeties be able to come back healthy. It's a wrap. You can rock out with Terrion and Rackstraw, probably bring back a Meek and DJ Reedman. You can rock out with them at corner because your pass rush is gonna be elite. Your run defense won't take a hit. That's the crazy thing about it. Your run defense it'll get better. That's the wild thing. With Jalen Carter, your pass rush becomes elite, right? You still hold on to those two to a 1st round pick in a second. Your pass rush becomes elite. Your run defense becomes even that much more better. It becomes more elite. Like, bro, I mean, to me, you make the call. Because if you're going to be cheap and not go try to get a Trey Hendrickson, or if you're going to be cheap and not try to get big names like Max Crosby or the Lindenbaum kid, Burner, great kid from the center from Baltimore, try to get players like that, and you don't try to get Trent McDuffie from the Kansas City cheap, you don't try to make power plays like that, dog, then you have to take chances on guys with character concerns, and hopefully you can build a great structure and a great home around him to help him step into brotherhood, step into manhood. But that's just my opinion on it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the link in the description. It said find me everywhere. You can find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, the whole 9. Peace.